Gareth Hopkins, hello and welcome to Up Close and Interpersonal. How have you been?
I'm very well, thank you for having me. It's an honour, so I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. I think the last time we spoke was in Platform 11.
It was. No. I done a mix for the GTFM.
Yes,
was the last time.
It was, yeah. Well, there's a story there for sure. For those that people at home didn't know, I presented on GTFM in a station back home in Pontypridd, and you used to be the presenter on there as well.
I used to do it on a Thursday. We used to do an Lamerica radio show for several years when it first started, So.
How long did you do that show for?
About 4 or 5 years, I think,
4 or 5 years.
Seemed longer.
It's a long time, right? Mate, like I said, absolute pleasure to have you here with me today. The last time I seen you, like you said, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
When was the last time you came to Ibiza?
The last time I came to Ibiza was a month before my daughter was born, so that's 18 years ago. 18 years ago now.
Wow.
I think I had some sort of PTSD from coming here throughout the 90s and the noughties. So I haven't been back since.
As you do.
And now I'm back in love with the place.
Mm-hmm.
So
how has it changed from sort of back then to now?
It's more, when I first came, it was only Cafe Del Mar on Sunset Strip. Only Cafe Del Mar, and Jose Padilla was playing. It was a real, perhaps I've been a bit of a naive clubber, but it was a real Ibiza moment. And now it's much more commercialised. Mambo wasn't even built then. The second year I came, I think Mambo was built. And, it's lovely. It's all families and people eating. And, it's changed, it's developed. It's a bit more shiny and a bit more corporate.
Bit more rounded.
Yeah, I'm sure there are those pockets of the Ibiza dream that we all love, which I think this is one of. But, it's a bit more corporate. Yeah, definitely.
Do you prefer it?
No, I definitely not. No, I don't like people.
I admire your honesty. So let's talk music. For the people back home who sort of want to get to know you or don't know who you are, where did music start for you as a young man growing up in the Rhondda Valley?
Cannon Valley.
Valley.
It was always something I've been interested in. I was never particularly interested in sport. And I would say the two biggest influences in my early years, and this was the early 80s, were for music, were my sister, my cousin, and it was the two-tone ska specials, Madness. I loved Madness, and I was 7 or 8, and I was,
ska,
I'm really into that sort of thing. But the first time I really sort of found my own music, I saw Malcolm McLaren's Buffalo Girls on Top of the Pops. They didn't show many videos on Top of the Pops. Buffalo Girls, it was in New York. I didn't know who Malcolm McLaren was. I got into punk and he was the Sex Pistols manager. People body popping, it was graffiti. Never seen it before. I was like, oh, what's this? This is,
this is new.
So I think that was the first guy, and I must have been very, very young during that. So that really piqued my interest.
Do you think punk was a fad? Looking back on the whole...
Yeah, and it was 10 years before my time, but I think it made a massive ripple that myself in the mid-80s was still listening to music that came from the mid-70s. I'm wishing at the time, I wish I'd been on 10 years younger, because, it was exciting and it was rebellious and it changed everything, but and it all mixed together, really. A lot of the sounds that were coming out in New York were post-punk and stuff like that. But my first thing was the Buffalo Girls and a early hip-hop electro sort of thing that I got into. And breakdancing and graffiti and, growing up in a small council estate on the valley, it's quite difficult to find out. So, I picked the records that were on my sister's compilations, like Herbie Hancock Rocket, Rocksteady Crew, stuff like that.
Rocksteady Crew,
that was one of them. And Lisa, stuff like that, Cult Jam. Just buying singles, not even that were in the charts, or some that just tickled the charts from the local Woolworths. So we used to have a co-op department store in Aberdeen. I'm buying it, and they had a record bin with records with like 29, 30 pence.
I remember Woolworths.
But I'm buying Clash records, because they were Clash records, never heard them. I'm buying anything that looked vaguely electro or hip-hop. I think the electro, the street sounds electro albums really influenced me.
So your sister's style in music actually influenced you a lot.
Yeah, she was into punk. She was going out with a lot. My cousin who lived next door behind me, he was a mod. And so he was into the jam, and he influenced me quite a lot, and then he became like well into quite indie stuff. But the music I found for myself at 13, always liked electro, always liked it was the Beastie Boys. And I thought, this is my thing. Like, you know, and then with that, it became Run DMC, Public Enemy, Eric B and Rakim.
It's like the sort of gateway to that music.
Of course it was. And I thought, and at the same time, there was tracks like Pump Up the Volume and Bomb the Bass, which were sample heavy, slightly hip-hop-y sort of things. And I thought the old dance music thing that came about through that, I thought it was all interconnected. I thought all this hip-hop, all this, you know, was all the same thing. I didn't realise that the house was developing a couple of years before that. So I started I always bought records. From
a very young age?
Oh, yeah.
When did you start, like, sort of thinking, you know, I'd like to start... When was the first time you mixed two records together?
Oh, that was, it was by about 89, something like that. You know, but I'd been scratching on my parents' music centre and ruining it.
I bet they loved you.
Oh, for years before, and having kids in my living room dancing to records, because I thought... I used to go to a kids' disco.
So you was already a performer?
Oh, yeah, and before DJ culture became credible, I quite fancied the job of a DJ anyway. Like, I used to go to this kids' disco on a Saturday afternoon. I thought, I wouldn't mind doing what he's doing. I could play all the records I like. Yeah, then I started realising acid house came along, and I was still
buying records.
But I was 14. I was in Form 3 in school. You know, that came along. But I was buying the records by like D-Mob. You know, this we call it acid, and you know. One of my other mates was really into it. So by about 1990, when I was leaving school and starting to go, because you were allowed to go out to 16 then, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was bothering with a couple of old boys. We were really into the football casual thing. And I went to a club in Cardiff called Subways. I was playing bleepy acid house, and I went in full football casual regalia, like Timberland shoes, baggy jeans, Armani roll neck. Right?
I think you might have started something there.
And I was like, and a suede chippy jacket.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and there was people in shorts.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt like a Conservative MP. Yeah. I thought, this is not happening again. I'm
not
overdressed. And I thought, this is not happening again. This is what I'm into now. And that was 1990. It was just after I left school.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm into now. When I was buying records, and I'd had ideas about being a DJ long before that. And I got my first set of decks.
What an era, though, to be alive and be a teenager in the 90s.
You know, and I'm not one of them people who think, it was great in my day.
Yeah.
But I am thankful I was young when I was young. Because we had the old Manchester scene, which I really loved, the Stone Roses, the Happy Mondays and stuff like that. And then 808 State were in, you know, so there was a crossover with the indie dance thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it was an exciting time to be young, as it's always exciting to be 16, or whatever era you grow up in. Yeah. I thought mine was particularly exciting, you know, so I really enjoyed it. So.
No, I love speaking to you about your enthusiasm of when you've been younger and you talk about the music and stuff. It's almost like I'm reliving it with you again. Like, do you know what I mean? So you sort of like found music from your sister.
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah,
and your cousin, and then you decided to start.
And then I found my own. And then I found my own.
And then you found your own, of course.
Which was the Def Jam thing.
Yeah.
You know, like Public Enemy, the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, stuff like that. Like.
What broke you into the DJing world? As in, like, everyone has a little break sometimes.
Yeah, I always fancied it. Bought myself a pair of belt-driven BST decks from Cardiff M. But they were in flight cases, which looked really good, really hip-hop. Like, so I bought them. I was like, this is more difficult than I thought. Like, so I'd already had a pile of records to do, and I just started mixing. And I remember, I think the first two records, I was like, I think I've got it. And it's a track, it was an early Sasha production called BMX Apollonia, and into another track on Disco Magic called Electric Shock the Beat, which is it's come back out now, really. And they were the first two. I was like, one went down as the other one came up. I was like, I got it. You know,
it can't be that easy, surely.
Like, no. I was like, right, I'm managing the master beats on these belt-driven decks, which were awful, really. Like, you know, but I thought, no. And as one went down, the other one went dunk, 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 dunk. That's what it is. That's mixing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was, from then I was hooked.
Yeah. When was your first sort of live gig?
First live gig we did. We used to run a rave night.
Brilliant.
In Connections in Aberdeen.
Brilliant.
On a Thursday night. With me and my friend Gary Pugh, still DJ.
Yeah, I know Gary. Yeah,
we went up and we said, we didn't want to mention the word rave because it was a bit still.
Bit too much.
Oh yeah. You know, we originally we went to try and organise a rave in the local sports centre. We went in to see the manager, 2 Herberts, curtains, you know what I mean, puffer jackets on. Oh, we want to organise a party, and I made the mistake of saying a rave. She was like, ah, yeah, we're not having that here. And that was 91. And we started this Thursday night, and I remember everybody was going to see Jumping Jack Frost in Papillons in Bristol. So I was left to DJ all night, like, and that was my first gig. That was
How was that?
I wouldn't like to hear a tape of it, to be honest with you, because I thought, right, I'm into hip hop. I'm gonna play some hip hop, you know, as well as this hardcore rave, proper hardcore rave, you know, with belt drum stuff, you know, stuff like that, stuff on harness. The girls
everything you had in mind sort of didn't go to plan, but
I was trying to play little snippets of Public Enemy tracks and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it went all right. The 4 people who were in there seemed to enjoy it, like, you know what I mean? The bar staff didn't complain. So.
Brilliant. Well, you've definitely stepped up from then. Let's talk about Lamerica and your 27-year residency with
26
Lamerica.
This year. 26. July the 6th this year is our 26th birthday.
26 years. For the people back home who don't know, Lamerica is a massive UK and Welsh, you know, house band.
It started off as a US guys. It's a house, a soulful house or new disco sort of thing. Is the, you know, we've changed our style a little bit over the years, but it's house music, you know. Yeah.
It's had some incredible. I have to read my notes because there's so many headliners. It's had some incredible headliners on there. People like Frankie Knuckles, Louie Vega, Kenny Dope, Derrick Carter, Sandy Rivera, Joey Negro, DJ Spen, DJ Sneak. The list goes on and on and on.
We've had them all. We have put them all, and there's a list. And
Roger Sanchez as well. I think,
Roger Sanchez a couple of times. Dave Morales,
Dixon, Amir.
Yeah.
You know, all those guys, and we actually
Man as well. You know, we've had Larry Heard, which was a personal favourite of mine. Like, we managed to get him.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's over the 26 years we've had all the credible. I've either warmed up for or played after some of the biggest names. Frankie Knuckles being Todd Terry were my heroes as I was growing up.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
I think there were a lot of people's house heroes as well. You know, those guys.
I remember my friend saying, Roger Sanchez was on, and he said, "Do you nervous about going on?"
I remember this. I remember you telling me about this.
No, not really. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And I went on and I it was a big tune. It was a big Eric Murillo tune.
I remember this, yeah.
And the book came on, Roger Sanchez was doing well, but you took it even higher. I was like, that's what I do. Like,
that's what Gareth does.
Not that I'm saying I'm better.
No, of course. But you had to stand up against that.
Yeah. And I thought, it's got to be a big tune.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. And I was in Liquid, and we put in 2,000 people in there regularly on a bank holiday, like so.
Obviously, Craig Bartlett is the head honcho of Lamerica.
Yeah, Craig Bartlett runs Lamerica now. It started as Craig and Dave, and how I got it.
Dave Jones,
who does the Space Lab. How I got it was 96. Me and my former mate, who I started DJing with, we thought, right, we're gonna do a house night in our local town, Aberdare. We're going to hire a big system. We're going to get some DJs. We're going to do it properly, like. And so we hired a big system, cost us 200 quid, big, huge system we had there. Dave and Craig came up to play for us at the reduced rate. We made 14 quid each out of the whole night. But, it was a good night. It was it was a couple of hundred.
It's not about the money, is it? It's about the vibe that you
No, of course it wasn't. So we done 3 of them. And on the strength of that, Dave phoned me, he said, look, we stand a night called Lamerica in, what was the Cardiff Escape? And we wanted to play. I was like, brilliant. After that, I was like, can I do this? And I thought, no, I'm going to do it. And we took a couple of buses down from my town, so it was a real success. And then we started Lamerica after that.
And you started a movement, and it is a big event in the UK.
I played the first ever record in Lamerica, which I tell people quite frequently.
Yeah.
And I've been there 26 years later. Me and Craig are still doing it. You know. And
what's the next upcoming event for Lamerica?
We've got Seamus RG. On our 26th birthday in the District Cardiff on the 6th of July.
Oh, and how is that clubbing? I've not been there.
It's a day party.
Yeah.
It's an open air event, and it's great. It's great. We finish at 10 o'clock outside, and if people want to carry on, which they generally do, knowing South Walians, we go down into the basement. And I think in the winter we're going to take over the old club and do a Cardiff Disco Festival thing. That's going to with some real 5 or 6 big names, you know.
Incredible.
So,
sounds awesome.
We've got some great gigs coming up over the summer. Like.
Sounds awesome. I want to ask you a question, quite personal.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, you've never released a record. You've never I know you do a lot of chops when you DJ. You said you like hip hop, and there's a lot of chops going on in there and samples and stuff. But has it ever crossed your mind to maybe just play around with some?
Absolutely, it's crossed my mind to be a producer for the last 30 years. Procrastination is the thief of time.
That's
and
right.
I'm the biggest procrastinator you'll ever meet. I've gone in and tried a little thing, Making Waves. I think was the program.
Okay, yeah.
Mate. You know, we've done a couple of things. Never, and I would love to, and I've always wanted to do it. And my mate even worked for XL Recordings at one time. I thought I've got a way in here.
Wow.
Alex Jenkins, he'd done
it's a big label.
Yeah. But I never knew where to start. This was like 25 years ago, before the DJ culture industry had taken off. I signed up to do a music production course.
Of course, yeah.
But it was just manned by frustrated musos who hated electronic music, didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
like, you know, I would have.
It was more music theory based than.
It was, you know, and I grasped a little bit of music theory, but it was no.
Which is difficult in itself.
Someone should have taken me in and said, "Well, this is Cubase or this is Pro Tools, this is how you do it." Yeah. But it was none of that, and then I thought
that's a shame. It's still
shame.
time.
I would have loved to. I think so. Like, you know, well, I hope so. I would still love to. Someone could say to me, "This is where you start."
I would love to work with you on a record.
Let's do it.
I would love to.
I'd fluff it up a bit for you, mind you.
I'd fluff it up a bit for you. Difficult question coming up. What has been the... I know it's going to be really hard for you to answer this because there's been so many amazing highlights of your career. But what's been the one standout sort of gig or moment or track you've played in front of a crowd? You know.
Well, you think this is it, like? Yeah.
So, kind of like this is why I do it for.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, at the risk of sounding a little bit cheesy, it's every time I play and every time it goes well, because sometimes it doesn't go well. You know, in Lamerica it generally goes well. We got a crowd.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've travelled places where they don't get it. But
of course,
one of the real highlights of me, I've done 2 tours of Russia through Lamerica, and that was like, you know, when I was growing up in the 80s, they were the bad guys, like, you know what I mean? And I took it. That was an amazing experience. DJing Frankie Knuckles, you know, was
Frankie Knuckles in Russia?
No,
America.
It's different. Yeah, you know, DJ with people like Todd Terry, Frankie Knuckles. You know, there's so many points. I can't think. I DJ'd to 20,000 people in the
Millennium
UEFA
Stadium.
Champions League.
You did,
you know, it wasn't the way I was going. I was warming up for Steve Aoki, like.
Right.
I was hoping for a bit of cake, like, you know what I mean? But it didn't materialise.
Bit of cake in the face.
Yeah. And the setup he had, we didn't play a record. He had someone else doing it for him.
Oh, really?
And he was just jumping about.
Okay.
Yeah. And but the setup he had, you know, with the monitors was better than some of the clubs I've ever played in.
Right. Okay.
You know? But that was to play into that many people. But that felt a little bit.
And where was that? The Millennium Stadium?
No, down in the Bay, the Oval Basin in the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I know where the.
But I managed to, you know, I think they wanted it a little bit more commercial. But I managed to play Joey Beltram Energy Flash and Slam Positive Education to 20,000 people. Who only about 4 people knew what it was. But you know.
You could tell who those 4 people were, though.
Yeah, they were all my mates. I just think like, and any.
Because you've obviously played international gigs as well, as in like for Wales Rugby.
Football, yeah.
You know, we played to 80,000 people in the stadium.
But I think that the travelling sort of thing that me and Craig have done over the years with Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, we had, back in the day we had some Ibiza gigs. I often used to play out in Belfast, played up in Edinburgh, made a real network of people. It's to travel and play your records and, you know, get paid and looked after. What a brilliant thing to do, you know.
It's not easy these days, though, to do that. But it wasn't easy them days to do that either.
You know, but they did used to happen. They don't happen so much now. Like I said, I'm 50. I probably shouldn't be in nightclubs anyway, but I'm still hanging on in
That's
there.
not true. Come on.
I'm still hanging on in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes people enjoy what I'm playing. So, and as long as that happens, I'll continue doing it. But I don't think I'm not in demand. But I don't network and I don't push it.
You don't push it, no.
No.
You enjoy it now.
I love it. Still, I was destined to be a DJ.
Of course.
From having kids in my front room playing records, I thought, I destined to be DJ. Nothing else. I'm not very good at anything else.
Yeah.
Being a DJ was the one thing. Not being
I get it. And you are a brilliant DJ. You're not blowing smoke up your. But no, I've heard you play plenty of times, and I've watched you, and I have so much respect for you from back home. You're one of the guys back home that a lot of people have respect for in in the dance music industry.
Well, thank
you and Craig and that sort of Gary as well.
Yeah.
You know, been around for 3 decades.
Yeah.
Still doing it. You know, still in the scene.
Tragically.
Tragically or untragically. So yeah, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to grow and learn off you guys as well. Like, do you know what I mean? So
brilliant.
That's why
it's great to see you doing what you're doing, and you know, from the time I met you, I knew you switched on. You were a real nice guy, and I really do wish you all the best with it. Like.
Thanks, mate. What can we expect from your set today?
Well, a little bit different. It's not going to be, you know, I'm used to be playing not main slots or whatever, but yeah, I thought I went through my record. Like, I thought play something a little bit more in tune with the Ibiza
Balearic.
Yeah, and I was going to go really Balearic, and I thought, nah, no one wants to hear that. Like, no one wants to hear me playing Chris Rea, like, you know what I mean?
Chris Rea.
You know, because but Josephine is a Balearic classic, but I think it's of its time. But so it's house music, perhaps a little bit pitched down from what I normally play. It's like US garage, a little bit of deep house, you know, that sort of thing. Like, so.
What are you playing right now in the UK? Like normally?
House music, deep house.
Deep house,
not too deep, not too noodly.
Yeah.
New disco, really, and US garage. I've always been a champion.
You've always been a champion of US garage. I love that sound.
I'm reluctant to call it soulful house, like you know, but because it was always US garage.
Yes.
It's a little bit tougher. You know, that I like that. That's always been my thing. Like, you know?
I remember the last time, I think I recorded that set actually, the last time you played for me, which it was in Platform 11, upstairs in room 2, which is the best room.
Yes,
That's when all the best music gets played. You played a vinyl set, and I think you played a lot of US garage there as well, with a Polish guy called Bartek Lorenz.
And he was like, I've never heard this music before. And he was,
I recorded both sets. I've got them on hard drive somewhere.
Like
I will send it over to you at some point.
Right, yeah, because I thought I went through. Yes,
yeah, you did. It was amazing.
He said, I've never heard any of these songs before. And I was like, well, because they're probably...
He's another great DJ as well,
Bartek. And a lovely guy. And we spoke since we've become friends. Like,
we're good. So, awesome. Right, again, thank you, mate, so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure to see you again and hang out with you in Ibiza.
Absolutely. It's been a huge job.
And really looking forward to the set.
Brilliant.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
the clouds move gently across the sky to the field where indigo's die. Where the sun grows deeper, oh yeah. The city where all the stories end. To the place where you find an absent friend. Where the shifting sands finally come to rest. Where all the things are blessed. Where the knees of the fall through the tallest trees. Oh, that's where I want to be. Take me. Take me home. living for the night. In the evening, the real me comes alive. I can feel it. In the evening, something happens that I can't describe, but it helps me to survive. It's like magic, like something in the air. You can feel it. Close your eyes now, and your heart will take you there. Just let it take you there. New York, new energy finds me. I light up the night and feel like a star. In the evening, the real me comes alive. I can feel it. In the evening, something happens that I can't describe, but it helps me to survive. It's like magic, like something in the air. You can feel it. Close your eyes now, and your heart will take you there. Just let it take you there.